Hello everybody, PNW Nation, welcome back. Hope you've had a great summer. Your school year is getting started off great. You're going back to work, doing whatever you're doing. Hoping you're killing it. We are out at Lyons Ferry State Park right now, and we're going to take you on a very special paddle tour of an area of American history that's been used continuously for about 12,000 years. Alright everyone, before we get too far into this paddle tour, I want to take a second to put out some big news from our sponsor, Paddle Logger. Tracking your paddles just got a serious upgrade. Paddle Logger, the go-to iOS app for paddleboarding, kayaking, and water sports, now takes full advantage of Apple's new liquid glass interface. So what does that mean for you? Well, if you're an Android user, it means it's time for you to make the switch. And if you're an iOS user, this means by scanning this QR code or hitting the link in the description, you're going to find out why Paddle Logger is the app for paddlers. Smoother transition, layered depth that feels fluid, and a cleaner, more modern look. On the water, it's easier to read your stats in bright sunlight or glare, and interacting with the maps and menus feels more tactile and natural. The best part, all the features you rely on. Session tracking, sharing your achievements to social media, creating paddle plans, and firing off safety alerts to your loved ones all remain the same. But the experience is sharper, cleaner, and more immersive than ever. So if you've not tried it out yet, you still have time to get on the water before winter sets in. Scan the QR code or hit the link in the description and see for yourself. Find out why Paddle Logger is the app for paddlers. So to help us with that, we actually have a local guide with us today. Greg, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do?
I'm Greg. I own Adventure Fit out of Walla, Washington, and I provide active outdoor adventures, mostly around Walla and the Blue Mountain area, and extended from there as well. So we do a lot of paddleboarding and kayaking tours in the summer, snowshoeing tours up in the Blue Mountains in the winter, and then we do mostly hiking in the spring and fall around the high desert area here.
Right. So shameless plug time. You've got a VIP retreat coming up. Why don't you tell everyone a little bit about what's going on and what they can expect?
We do, absolutely. It's a VIP women's retreat. I've teamed up with Madeline from Ignite Fitness, and we've created a really cool retreat here in Walla. It's all going to feature local vendors and everything, and it's going to be a nice mix of activities, kind of like athleisure. So we'll do some outdoor adventures. We'll also do some spa kind of activities, and VIP stands for values, intentions, and purpose. So it's in January, so it's kind of a let's get set up with getting our values and intentions and purposes all lined up and ready to charge into the new year.
I think that's no better way than to help stick to those resolutions with a little bit of kind of a nice little confidence boost. And those are so great with so many of those checks you can add into your daily life that can just continue propelling you through a whole year.
Exactly.
Well,
and or come up with what those resolutions ought to be.
Right. Because no one's going to take away your credit if you actually turn in your resolutions late. It's not school anymore.
Yeah, we're adjusting, make little adjustments. Yeah.
Okay, so we are here at Lyons Ferry. I can't remember the exact year this became a park, but I think it'd probably be around 69 when they started filling the river up from the dams. But it's a pretty cool place. There's no overnight camping, but you have this great lagoon here. You have a huge boat dock. I think it says something like space for 13 boats to tie up to. So, on those busy Snake River afternoons, you can actually have space. They got space to park and everything. They've got great picnic shelters. There is a ton of avian wildlife here. So if you're one of those people that think birds aren't real, you should come here and see them for yourself. They seem pretty real. At least they poop pretty real. Well, Right now we are sitting in the confluence of the Snake and Palouse rivers. Palouse River runs back that way. The Snake River is the body of water you can see out in front of us. And what's historic about this is, so we'll go back to settler history. From 1860 to 1960, there was a ferry that ran across the river here when it was about 70 feet lower than it is today. And that ferry stayed in service for about 100 years until the dams went in, until the reservoirs filled up, and they needed a bridge. But I don't have much to complain about with the reservoirs and dams. Makes this area the greatest wheat producing area in the nation, if not the world. So Greg, how long have you been doing adventure stuff?
Adventure stuff I've been doing since before I was born, probably.
Cool.
My mom water skied when she was 8 months pregnant with me.
Okay.
But as far as making a business out of it, about 6 years now.
Okay. What spurred you to make the decision to want to get into the outdoors?
Oh man, I mean, as far as the business or just being out?
The business. Yeah, the business side.
The business, I guess, is just, that's always been my favorite thing, is to get out, outdoors, be active, be in nature, spend time in the natural world.
Right.
And I just always have liked sharing that as well. I taught skiing for 15 years.
Okay.
And just always enjoyed that aspect of, sharing what I love. And so it was kind of just an extension of that, honestly.
Right, and you get to see the folks develop that confidence. And
exactly, yeah.
Get out there and do things that they never thought they would.
Right.
Like, when we went out and did an accidental downwinder out on the coast.
Accidental?
Yeah.
Sounds like an adventure.
We missed our turn, and so we weren't looking as hard as we should have, so we ended up about a mile down this lake. Great downwind conditions.
Yeah.
Not great to come back against.
The swimmers started from the park, swam that way.
Yeah.
And the paddlers can come over and back.
One of the swimmers, I think, did it 3 times.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That was a great little event. I hope it continues to grow.
Definitely, yeah.
We're excited to help out, be part, do whatever we can next year.
There's definitely some intention.
Yeah.
So that's a good start.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah, I think we had about 40 people for Swim the Snake.
It was great.
So that was a nice turnout.
Well, this area of the state, to me, I grew up in the Tri-Cities. I'm used to, the high plateau desert. There's not much more beautiful than this.
It's cool, yeah. I've always loved it out here.
So this big, beautiful bridge you see in front of us today did not start its life in this location. For those of you who have driven over I-90 through Vantage, like you're going to Ellensburg or Seattle, you've driven by where this bridge used to be. So I think it was put up in the 1920s over that on the old Sunset Highway crossing. And I believe it was no longer needed in the 30s. It was taken down and stored until they decided to fill up the river and replace the ferry. And so it came out of a laydown yard, who knows where, and was brought here, reassembled, and put on display. Kind of living history in Washington State. That's pretty cool.
I think when they built this, they didn't have in mind Winnebagos, towing large boat trailers and passing each other side by side. It's a good white knuckler for driving sometimes.
So when you're not being a kind of an adventure leader in chief, what's your day job?
Day job, I work for a commercial nursery, so I deliver plants across the United States.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Also kind of an adventure at times.
I would assume so.
Yeah. So it's good. It gets me out and about, and it gives me flexibility to be able to keep the tours going most of the time.
Right.
Less in the spring with our busy season, but
right. That's very cool.
This time of year, I can circle days like this on the calendar and pull them off.
Right. Yeah. And thank you so much for coming out and hanging out with us today.
Absolutely. Pleasure.
It's one thing, to go out and do these. It's another to actually have someone out here to actually share them with.
Always better.
Yeah. But here, I think we are officially in the Snake River, which is another pretty cool little thing about this area. 10% of all the wheat that is grown in the United States will sail right between those two center trussels there. And so basically all the wheat from 7 states and much of Canada gets trucked all the way down to Lewiston, about, 70 miles that way. And it gets put on huge barges and driven up this under that giant old railroad bridge that's still in service, and then down to Portland, where it's sent over to places like Mexico, Philippines, Japan, South Korea, just to name a few. But it's one of the things that gives our farmers a very cool competitive advantage in an ever-evolving global marketplace. They're able to move, with every barge, approximately 130, or I believe that's, with every giant barge, there's about 113, sorry, no, I'm wrong there. There's about 750 truckloads of wheat that are being moved to Portland, being sent over to, abroad destinations without ever really touching a mile of road. They just come right down from that bridge, right towards us, right under the bridge here at Lyons Ferry, then over to Lower Monumental. But this is the mighty Snake River. And we are pretty dang close to where Lewis and Clark decided to cross the river.
Wind flowing from all directions right here.
Yeah.
Can't decide.
A little chop on the river today.
I was in a kayak yesterday. That's kind of a odd situation for summer for me.
Yeah.
I usually don't switch to a kayak until it gets cold and windy.
Right.
My work schedule has been opposite of the weather schedule.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So all of my days off are just going,
Well, it's when you go to the river. Just roll off the paddleboard, cool off.
Right.
The hotter it is, the more likely I'm at the river. That's what I like about the paddleboard compared to a kayak. It's easier to get on and off for swimming. You don't have to go to shore or anything. It's your floating swim dock. So back when we had there was a campground here years ago. And we camped out in November, I think it was.
Okay.
And we paddled over here in the dark. There was a full bright, I don't know if it was a full moon, it was bright night.
Yeah.
We paddled over here and we were looking over on the rocky, just below the cliff on that rocky slope.
Yeah.
At night, and we see all these lights, little lights shining back at us. And when we got little blue lights.
Yeah.
And when we get up close, we saw they're all spiders, just about every few inches. Just the solid across the whole rock face.
Spiders?
It's kind of interesting.
So we're going to just change the plan and stay on the east or the west side of the river.
It was only at night in November, as far as I know.
Okay, cool. So
they're
they're just getting up to game weight now.
They're just I hear this time of year they just swim across the river looking for a surface to climb up on. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
I don't ever try to figure out what.
One of nature's mysteries, I guess.
And so for those of you who don't know, the Palouse River here starts from the south end of Lake Coeur d'Alene, and I don't know, 180 miles later, I don't know how many, it ends up over here after going over Palouse Falls and through a lot of eastern Washington and north central Idaho. But when the river was 70 feet lower here, this was a narrow little river canyon. Saw some of the video of, there's a family that owns a whole bunch of farms. They've got some home video they put online. It looks like a 13, 14 foot kind of built-in Boston whaler. And the Snake River looks like a class 3 or class 4 rapid. I'm just like, oh my gosh. The river has a completely different personality in that part of history.
Right.
I'm used to it being the pretty docile
lakes, basically lakes, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you could see how the native indigenous folks could definitely make some use out of this area, especially with being able to communicate with the other tribes that are using the rivers, all the way up to Yakima, all the way up to Spokane, up into BC.
On down to Celilo.
Right.
Yep.
Well, and then if you really want to push it, I mean, Yellowstone to here, yeah. Yellowstone, everything Yellowstone to here basically flows through this little cut in the rocks.
Yeah.
And it'd be fun to get someone like Nick Zent-Nerds, the Central Washington geologist, out here and have him explain some of these layers of the German chocolate cake, he calls them.
Exactly, yeah. I'm a Zent-Nerd.
I might have become a geology major if I had someone like him.
Same, yeah. I'm pretty obsessed.
He's great.
All that, yeah.
And you got Sean Wilsey out of Idaho Falls down there too, who's another one.
I think I saw one where they talked about, is that the one they did like a raft trip?
Yeah.
And then talked about the Bonneville flood.
Yes.
That was wild.
Yeah.
My friend's daughter is Nick Zitter's TA.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right on.
Or at least she was last year. I don't know if she's doing it again this year.
Right. Well, maybe if we put together one of those big Snake River, challenges, we can, for an evening thing to do, get Nick come out and bring the geology to life. That'd be pretty
fun.
cool.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
So, me never being here, so what I've seen on Google Earth, I can see the kind of buildings off on the left over here that are about a third of the way up the mound.
Yep, right by that little cliff.
Yeah, that's kind of where we're headed to.
Yeah.
So that was known as the Marmes Rockshelter. Has history going back over 12,000 years, and a very cool, very significant, very poignant piece of history is when Lewis and Clark were sent out by Jefferson. They were given 5 peace medals, and they were to use to trade with elders, chiefs, leaders along the way to help welcome them to the American way. Blah blah blah. It didn't work out great in most cases, but in this case, they found one of the 5 in this rock shelter, under layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of stuff. And that's early 1700s, just rolling right through here. I think 1705 is something like that. 1805, thank you. Yeah, much of my youth was enamored with the stories of Lewis and Clark and coming around here, and a lot of the places where you can go on the Snake River where it meets the Columbia, they have Lewis and Clark interpretive stuff all over the place. And so learned a lot about Sacagawea, a lot about the two crazy guys who said, yeah, we'll go see if we can find that river you're talking about. Yeah, no, it's a... And then it just got quiet.
Yeah, when the mower finally turned off.
Right, that was it. Yeah, I was like, is it just the wind? No, it's, I mean, it calmed down, the wind calmed down also, but
Right.
the mower, yeah, that's nice. I think that's one of the cool things I like about paddling here, especially some of these places, is if you've been interested in the different histories,
Yeah.
and you can kind of see it and feel it when you're out here.
Absolutely. And it's perfect here to use the term like layers of history, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's the stratification of all these lava flows.
So this river is what you said, 70 feet higher than it used to be?
Yeah.
Can you imagine how high these cliffs were?
Right.
Oh, man. Well, it was like all these rivers here were pretty rapid. They were really fast, and they were really, really hard to use. I mean, how many times when you were playing the Oregon Trail game did you crash while you were fording the stupid river? Right?
You have no more oxen left.
Right, exactly. While little Timmy's dying of dysentery.
I wonder if you can download it on your phone these days.
Yeah, I had it on my phone.
I guess I have to go back and do that now.
Yeah.
Can't beat that green version though.
Right. Yes, the green and black screen on that old Apple IIc or whatever it was.
We were so excited when it turned out to be in color later.
Yeah.
Got the new computer.
Absolutely love these landscapes. It's the golden cheatgrass, that red and brown basalt, green trees, blue water.
Tough to beat.
Yeah.
I'm used to much simpler decisions. Do I want to swim or not yet?
Right, yeah. That's yeah. Yeah, well, because down here, the heat is just a whole nother order of magnitude greater than it is up in Spokane.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we left here, it was 90, 95-ish. Got back up there, it was 85.
Yeah. Yeah, usually about a 10 degree-ish, give or take, differential.
Yeah.
Most days. And about a 10-inch snow depth differential in the winter, probably.
Yeah. It depends on what side of Spokane you're on. In the north, it's insane how much snow they get.
Yeah. Definitely starts about a month earlier up there for winter.
Right. I do believe there is another open kind of cave shelter up here. Oh yeah, you can see it. So you see the brown building kind of at 12 o'clock? Go to 11 o'clock and that ridge above it. And there's a dark hole on the left side. So that's another kind of rock shelter that's part of this. The Marmes Rockshelter.
Kind of complex.
Yeah. Well, you got to think, it wasn't just that one cave.
Right.
You know, with 70 feet of water in this valley, how many more little holes were filled in?
Yeah.
Oops.
I think we definitely need to explore the geology paddling tour idea.
I think that would be great. Yeah, that would be huge.
I did a tour out here for it was a land trust conference that Whitman College hosted a few years ago for various land trusts coming in.
Right.
They had one of the days, they had different options people could go do.
Cool.
And one of those, we did a paddling tour and came out here, and that was in conjunction with Kevin Pogue, who's a geology professor at Whitman College. fact, some of the maps you'll see on the Nick Zent-Nerds
Yeah.
flood things and different things will be his maps.
Oh, cool.
But that was so cool to have him, like you're saying, just talking about the layers and all the stuff. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's like from here, it's only like a 5-minute jet boat ride up to the falls, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
About 6 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way jet boats drive, yeah, 5 minutes.
Exactly, yeah. You want to take 6 minutes?
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing.
I think that would be great. If you could do
could
that.
Lula Gap for sure.
Yes.
You know that. Have you guys been out there paddling?
I haven't paddled out there, but it's just one of those beautiful areas
We're gonna
that.
put that next on our list. That's
Okay.
kind of my home away from home.
Okay.
It's a little closer for me, even than here. It's about like 40 minutes from town. So it's kind of the quickest and quietest
So
place, or if I have less time, where I get out and.
you're telling us it'd be smart to stay at one of those nice boutique hotels down there,
For
and
sure.
yeah,
Little staycation kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Semi-stay, not stay, but close station.
Right, yeah.
Must be a catchy name for that. Where you drive 2 hours and then stay somewhere. Yeah.
right. People in New York City have a word for that: the Hamptons.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we just need our version. Come up with our version of that. That is kind of cool around here. There are a lot of fun places within 2 or 3 hours.
Right. Yeah.
Even over here on the east side, like for us, it's fun to come up to Spokane for a day or two.
Right. Yeah.
Eat somewhere different and whatever, just explore. Yeah, it's interesting. We've kind of gotten on the map with the wine industry.
It's been
that's
amazing.
Brought in a lot of other cool stuff with it.
Yes.
So, yeah, I end up doing a lot of tours. I actually just had one with a group, and I've been having more and more of this, where people do either an annual get together somewhere around the country, where they're from all points. So I had some Florida. This group was from Florida, San Francisco area, LA area, and Vegas, I think. And they all kind of just met here and doing like a week of different activities. So,
see, that's what I've been trying to pitch to some of the European folks.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah, I've been like, hey, no, we go here, we pick a river, we pick some things we want to do. You go do that, and then everyone goes home.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Tough to beat that, yeah.
Right.
Well, I need to finish developing. I've kind of got a lot of notes together, but I need to finish up the logistics. But I'm building specifically for international travelers.
Ooh.
I'm going to call it a Wet and Wild West tour.
Nice.
And because, as I travel around, especially driving my truck, I take all these different routes.
Right.
And I don't think you can sense sort of that American expansionist spirit, for better or worse. But until you really spend time,
Right, until you get off the interstate,
being out there and just being in it, kind of experiencing it, the space.
Yeah.
I don't think you can get a sense of the space without driving through it, stopping out in the middle of it. Eating at a little diner and talking to the cowboy that's there, and then you drive all day, like especially in the Great Basin, like Nevada,
Right.
Utah, Southern Idaho.
It's the same.
And Southeast Oregon. You drive a day out there, and you're like, man, it's just a massive expanse.
Yeah.
And then you look at the map, and there's like 5 more of those
Right.
in concentric circles going out, like
Right.
in all directions.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can look on the map and sort of see it, but when I don't know, there's something different about being in it and spending some days
Right. Well,
out there, and like what kind of mentality that generates.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah. Well,
It's different than you can experience, especially from a city.
And then to me, my brain always likes to put it in. Okay, now remove technology, remove all the modern advantages
Totally, yeah.
that we have.
Right.
How would you like to be able to function here?
Pretty rough.
Lots
Yeah,
of
pretty
sunscreen,
tough.
please.
Right. And what kind of mentality that generates.
Right.
Just to be able to tolerate it,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we used to wear long sleeves all the time too. I think we got a pack of kayakers up ahead of us.
Oh yeah, sure enough. Yeah, I saw some vehicles here at the other put in.
Yeah, there's a couple adventure vans out. It's just crazy. Some of these lines of lava that you can tell were just burying hills, but they make those really crazy squiggly lines in it. Yeah, I think Nick Zentner would definitely back me up on the technical term being
Squiggly
really
lines.
crazy squiggly lines.
Technical term for it.
Nick, please back me up.
And if
I'll buy
he's
you an
calling
ice
it
cream
chocolate
sandwich.
cake, I think we can take some liberties, right? Well, that's just what's so cool about the way he does what he does, too, you know? As much as, like, I'm interested in the subject matter,
Right.
the way he operates, and you know what his inbox looks like, right? I mean, it's right? Like, all kinds of contentious stuff coming through, and he just keeps on tripping along. It's like, we're going to be positive, we're just going to learn.
Right.
We're just checking, you know, seeing what we can find out. And that's a great, really cool thing that's happening, you know?
Yeah, well, and, you know, his ability to make the Ice Age flood story come alive. Because until he really kind of took over on the communication on that.
Yeah. It's kind of cool. At certain angles, some of these cliff bands just look like a big square block.
Right.
Sort of.
Yeah, like it was put in all in one piece.
Almost like they were just some, you know, dropped in with a crane or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, then I do wonder what this looked like before the floods.
Yeah.
This had to be a very unique.
Right.
And then what? Basically, what? 20 million years ago, it's nothing but granite mountains.
Right.
Yeah, with, what is that? Steptoe Buttes, the only thing still poking out.
Yeah. I finally drove up that was it last year or the year before?
Worth it?
Worth to do once.
Yeah, okay. All right. It's a drive.
Well, you drive around the base and then you corkscrew up. And so it's like, it takes quite a while to drive up there. But I also had my little camp trailer, so, but yeah, it was like, you know, it was quite a, we're like, let's stop in real quick on our way back.
Right.
And,
a third of a tank of gas later.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool, but yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely worth doing once. I'll give it
that.
Yeah. Glad I finally did. I've driven by it 1,000 times, so.
I almost stopped at Palouse Falls when I was coming home from Swim the Snake. Until I looked at my thermometer in my car, I was like, no.
It was hot.
No.
Yeah.
Straight up and down.
Right.
Almost like basalt columns, but not.
Right.
Ooh. Oh, I picked up a friend. There it goes. I thought it would just kind of kick over to one side. And just like.
No, it's like, I got your fin, buddy. I got your fin.
I mean, I'm up for a good workout, but
right.
I want to save a little bit in case we have a headwind going back, you know. Just run over a piece of driftwood at the right angle. You don't need to spend money on pool noodles.
Right, there was a while where pool noodles were hard to find.
You know, yeah, actually still it's a challenge. Like I said, my whole business runs on pool noodles and NRF straps.
Yeah.
And I like the, you know, the certain blue colored ones because they kind of match my logo and stuff. And so, you know, finding that shade is can be tricky to have.
I think I have one of those.
When I need like a dozen, you know.
No.
Oh, it's sitting on our deck at home, actually.
Yeah, I was just barely able to find enough this year to keep all my operations going.
Oh, nice. Nice.
I mean, I could use a different color, obviously.
Right.
You know.
Right. Who wants to do that?
Once you kind of get stuck on the, you know, your logo, you got to keep your branding consistent, right?
That's exactly what I told our manufacturer when we went to the coast. I was like, I don't want to borrow someone's board and put another logo up. I like.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's up? Oh yeah. Yeah, our inflatable is just as fast as this board,
Really?
but it's only stable when it's going fast. So it's challenging in like a paddle like this, because you're just going to do a lot of hips and a lot of abs.
Yeah.
But it's just as fast as this board is, which means I'm the limiting factor in how fast it can go. So.
Yeah.
Well, I would guess they would put that buoy out there.
I didn't see that one time we brought our powerboat out here with the family, had grandparents and like an infant. And I was like, I didn't know. Maybe I'd been out here, but I didn't really know the area.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, you'd seen boats going up. I hadn't paid attention to if they were little fishing boats or whatever, you know? I was like, saw boats heading up the Palouse. So I was like, let's go up the Palouse River. That'll be a fun little, let's explore, you know? We're coming across here, and all of a sudden I see just like brown silt coming up from the prop. It was an inboard-outboard boat. And so I'm just like,
get up in the shaft.
Get on the front.
Right.
And I raise the tilt up a little bit, and then just like, I'd have to gun it, get a little coast.
Right.
And then because that would drive the prop down. And so then I'd have to let off, let the nose come down, drift a little, like float a little ways.
Yep.
And then give it another little nudge, little boost. Man, I did that for probably a couple 100 feet to get back out of the channel.
Man.
I was like, I do not want to be stuck out here in the silt, you know, with the
that's rough.
Grandparents and infants and
right.
Polished the prop pretty nice though.
It really does.
Yeah, it was shiny, very shiny.
Takes powder coat off real quick too. Yeah. And they keep talking about that volcano that's right offshore there that's about to erupt too. Some axial seamount that's...
I haven't heard of that one here.
Yeah, just about, I don't know how far off the shore, but kind of right where Coos Bay is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I hadn't heard about that one.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
It's not going to do anything. It's not going to, it's not going to give you the cool images like Iceland does. It's just going to make some steam that comes out of the ocean, but...
That's cool. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I was mesmerized watching lava flow into the ocean in Hawaii.
Yeah. From what I can understand, there's not much that's not mesmerizing about anything in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Paddled the Siltcoos River.
Oh, yeah.
In Oregon.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
I never posted any of the pictures from
Yeah.
it, but,
low crawling under trees.
Where's that one at?
Florence.
Okay.
Little place called Dune City, actually.
What's it called?
Dune City.
Dune City, okay.
there were, it looked like pine trees
Yeah.
in the water.
Huh.
Yeah.
Was it brackish? Is it affected by the ocean?
I think it just kind of looked like a evergreen shrub underwater, but with some sort of...
Too far, we would have been too far inland at that point.
So it's fresh water there.
Yeah.
But it was the craziest thing. I was like,
that's right, because they were above that dam.
Yep, they were.
Yeah.
Okay. So was it like a downstream flow shuttle, or were you able to paddle?
We went down and back.
Down and back up it?
What was it, about 7 miles?
13K is what we did on that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. 13K, and we could have done it faster, but not really.
No.
You spend a lot of time just navigating the challenges that the different, tidal changes bring, and the person who goes through at high tide is going to have a different experience than the person who goes through at slack. It's very, very cool.
At one point, we actually had to lay down on the board to get underneath the tree. If we'd been on...
We couldn't even go through that one when we tried to go through the next time. When we were
okay.
When
the level changed a little bit.
If we'd been on kayaks, I think we could have tried the other side of the river.
Yeah.
And we could have probably hopped over.
Uh-huh.
But on our paddleboard, there was
So you gotta, once you kind of know it and the timing and the levels, you kind of time it out with the tides or something.
Well, we tried to hit it at high tide.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those where, regardless of where the tide is, there's going to be unique challenges every point of the way.
Pick your tricky.
Yeah. But it was a fun paddle.
Huh.
There's a very cool hotel, little motel hotel down there at the end of the trail too.
Huh.
They got some pretty cool themed rooms going on. It's called
Select completed. Travel distance 3 kilometers. Travel time 59 minutes. 52 seconds.
How's it going? Never better. How far'd you go? Oh, okay, nice. Beautiful day. Saw one jump. That counts, right?
Yeah, it does. That looks like those shallows in the Spokane River over there.
Yeah, it's silted in anywhere to the left and right of the channel. Well, I guess my normal technique is just kind of swinging through here when I'm trading sides, so I'm not really having to worry about smacking the camera. I never actually thought about it.
Right.
Like, I just kind of got a paddleboard and started paddling. So.
Right, yeah, that happened to me too. And
I looked at like a couple videos of like racers or something, and I'm like, yeah, you know, if I ever need to maximize, but I usually don't. I'm just kind of paddling around.
because right around this little marsh area here, which is a sandbar made by that Coffer Dam that failed. So when the scientists found this, I believe, somewhere in the early 60s, 64, somewhere like that, and they only had 5 years to really work because it was filled in 69. They didn't have a lot of time to do all the surveys they needed to do to understand the riverbed. And so they built a hasty coffer dam to protect the rock shelter. Well, they didn't know about the layers of gravel underneath, and so rock shelter flooded. And that didn't really do much of anything to stop. It does filter out the water in there pretty well, though. So you look at the satellite photo. This is the standard American river color, and that's blue. Just as you look at like the cliffs on both sides, there are a lot of places that could have been caves that probably still are caves.
Oh, that's what you were talking about.
Yeah, see that hole up there?
Yeah, there's definitely some other big ones on up, on these, if you go on up the river.
Well, yeah. And then you have to think, so we're in about 40 feet of water here now?
At most.
Yeah. Not over there, but,
Even here, I'd say 10.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if I dunked my paddle down and hit bottom.
Yeah.
Right here.
I mean, compared to so many other places here in just, eastern Washington. What?
I gotta hang around.
You got a single one? Yes, you do. But this had to look like a absolute oasis.
Oh, yeah.
For 10 months of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, even just with the confluence, where the Palouse and Snake, and you got sandbars building up in marshy areas. Yeah. And then the Toucan coming in right there. A couple other little streams.
Yeah. Well, and just the game here
Yeah.
has always been pretty epic. I don't miss the city noise at all.
No, I think you need a good, some time
Right.
and quiet. Just get back to ground.
That's the truth. Especially in Spokane, it's such an odd place.
Yeah. Walla Walla is a little quieter in general, and we live kind of out in the country, so
Yeah.
there's less, but it's still nothing like this, where it's just
Crickets in the middle of the day.
yeah.
It means the birds are somewhere else.
Something about the combination of getting a good workout and then also having the peacefulness. I kind of like that combo.
Right. It's what golf used to be for me until golf courses got too crowded. Not into a 6.5 hour round of golf.
Jeez.
And if I was playing for millions of dollars, sure, I'd be all about
Right,
that. But just me trying to play golf. Thank you.
There are some little channels like that may or may not go through, depending on how silted out they get.
Well, it looked like there was some sort of, the irrigation district has some sort of path in there that they use to keep the rock face, free of debris and stuff. But, we're quickly running out of possibilities for that.
Yeah, right where this the cliff comes down. But there is a section, I'm trying to remember where we access it, but it does go back along the cliffs. It's a neat little channel.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not sure if there's a connector between here and the shelter. Can't remember. If there is, I don't think I've been through that one, so that'll be fun.
Cool.
If we find the inland passage.
Right? We found the magical waterway.
We'll finish Lewis and Clark's project.
Right? Be like, you guys, you're here.
You were right, you just missed it!
Right, yeah, look left, man.
We get a time machine, that'll be the first thing. It's like, dudes!
Right? We'd get in just as much trouble as Stewie and Brian when they went back in history.
You'll never believe this. You guys went right by. Here, look on the satellite map.
Right. I think that one that you pointed out was the one.
Okay.
Because it looks like on this map we're past where that turnout is. Hey babe, true to our fashion, we went too far.
Oh, we're turning around? Or are we going to kill this and hit it on the way back?
What?
We went too far?
Yeah.
Pushed it a little too far, flew too close to the sun.
Right. Oh. No, we're a couple hundred yards past it. That's yeah. Yeah, that is it. Yeah, that's right where I put a waypoint.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Why don't you guys go ahead and I will sneak in behind you.
For filming purposes,
Yes.
totally not because I might get stuck.
Not because you don't want to be the one to fall.
Or clear out the cobwebs. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I already had one battle royale with a spider this week.
You did?
Yeah. There's one that dropped out of one of the birds of paradise on me. Almost burned the house down.
Kind of seems like it's flowing out of here.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have any trouble because this is kind of like a Tesla valve a little bit.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Got some flow.
Yeah, where the water's moving, we're not just stagnant, you know? This is pretty.
Born on the bayou.
I know. Yep.
Keep an eye out for gators.
Right.
I do think I heard a frog earlier.
Yeah, so far so good.
So here is that rock, that Coffer Dam they built around the rock shelter. This is what failed when the reservoir filled. And it's kind of acted as an eternal, like, sandbar creator since then. But according to a lot of the research that I read about this place, when they realized that they were going to lose it and the dam failed, they tried to get plastic in and put it in and then cover the plastic so it would keep everything in place. You know, yeah, it's going to dissolve everything that it can, but it might save some stuff. But yeah, so just on the other side of these rocks used to be the oldest known point of civilization in North America. More than 12,000 years of history back behind that wall.
Split completed. Total distance 4 kilometers. Total time 1 hour, 20 minutes, 43 seconds.
That's a pretty cool little cut through, though. Oh man. Look at all that little algae and marsh stuff. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, almost might be worth going back the way we came.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if it clears up further down or not.
Well, it looks like there's just a little tiny channel here.
Like there's kind of a channel-ish right here at least.
Yeah. So like 18 inches of water then. Yep. Okay, I could definitely see how, and you know, you pull the water out of the river here from the dams rising, you got a natural like place for people to live, basically.
Yeah. Sad dude.
Hey, Greg, you need water?
That'd be great.
We'll try to do it left-handed, but that has a.
I'll come over.
Very high.
I don't need it, and you know, I can wait 5 seconds. Thank you. It's always nice when you have like a 10 to 10:30 window.
Right. Yeah, I learned.
I mean, you're just going paddling, right? Like,
Yeah, I learned long ago that windows are much better than.
yeah, well, you know, when you can swing it.
Right.
It's not always doable, but if you're making your own schedule, why not? Kind of like I say with building a business. Why would I build myself a crappy job? If I want to build it, make it fun.
Right.
I can go get crappy. I've done most crappy jobs.
That's
so,
fair.
like, they'll still hire me.
Right.
It's almost hot.
The wind is just right on the edge of that to where it just keeps it nice and.
Yeah, it keeps you from getting too hot. But I would swim. I find a good spot.
You would wade here.
I was almost thinking about off of these rocks right back there where there's still a little current. It seems like it might not be too bad.
Hey guys, see ya. It's nice knowing you. Apparently the cattails want me.
Report back. What you find in there? You can juggle.
All right, report back the spiders and ticks are angry.
Exactly. Last time I was up here, it's probably been a couple months though since I've been up this way. But there was a lot of red-winged blackbirds and ducks.
Yeah,
I mean, I saw a couple ducks flying.
Across the way when we were over there last month, it was nice. There was,
a little late in the season, everything's kind of
right. The
quieted.
initial message has been sent. Winter is coming.
They're doing something else. Back from whence we came.
Yeah. I mean, we're not trying to set any speed records or anything, but we've done
Thank goodness.
4 and almost a quarter.
It's respectable, right?
Yeah, kilometers. Because it just, it feels better than saying you did 2 miles.
Bigger numbers.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Yeah. Bigger numbers by using smaller ones.
Smaller units.
Oh, yeah.
But I do the opposite for my weight. I do that in metric tons.
Yeah. And then that's just all like silt on them. Like if you hit them, all of it shakes off.
Yeah, they seem kind of gross, but if you actually look at them, they're just pretty plants.
Right? And I think these might be very similar to the ones we saw down in Oregon. Just,
I know, I meant to kind of look it up, but I never got around to it. There's definitely a little, I feel like current going through here.
yeah, I think it's the wind that's mostly driving it.
I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, we got a little of both.
So does this rock thing that goes all the way around the...
It does. It does. It just, so, look, there's a buoy.
Oh, yeah. Not a pet.
Nope. Or it's really doing a good job of telling where that shoreline is. We got these little...
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool that they even at least tried to, do it, because if you think about it, the dam project is it's the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, so it's like you're trying, and they just have their specs for projects, like build this, okay, right? And then they just build it.
And that's what they did. And
so to be able to get that, at least even attempted is, it's something.
Right, and they say because Johnson was president at that time, and he even kicked money out of his budget to build this. So that's, I guess, not half bad. You have to wonder if it would have been, a different school, Harvard, Yale, somewhere like that, if the outcome would have been different versus the Harvard of the West.
Right. Out in the hinterlands.
Right. I mean, it looks like 90% of the Coffer Dams I've ever seen. But yeah, regardless of, you know, what they would have done, pretty much anything they would have done at the time, unless they would have scraped down to the clay layer, would have resulted in this.
So it was just too much gravel, so it built from
Yeah.
below, basically.
Yeah, you know, the thousands of years of these cliffs breaking off, you know.
Just
It would be
real-
one thing if it was like, you know, fine or medium grade gravel, but it's these little mini boulders.
Real porous.
Yeah. I keep trying to look in this little marsh island to see if there's going to be a deer staring back at us.
Yeah.
Well, I think the cool little water path to get back there is nice.
Yeah. Super cool.
I'm willing to bet in, you know, April and May, that area over here in this little inlet is completely open, though.
Oh yeah, you can paddle all around this whole
Yeah.
lake. Yeah. And the weeds, you know, the grasses and whatever plants haven't grown up
Right.
through yet. Yeah, I'd say kind of May is kind of your sweet spot out here, give or take.
Yeah.
Maybe April, maybe June.
Yeah, I think, well, that's what I really found this spring. You have, you know, that first week or last week of March through kind of mid-June.
Yeah.
And then I love it when you run into people that don't understand it's 15 degrees colder on the water in the
Yeah.
summer. It's like, but it's 110. I'm like, it's only 95 on the water. Get
Yeah,
out
that's
there.
why you go out to the river.
Yeah.
It's like, you're making my argument for me.
Yeah.
I actually love that feeling of being really hot out in the
Yes.
sun, as long as I can cool off.
Yep.
I don't like it if it's, you know, inescapable, but
Right.
as long as I can roll off my paddleboard, I'm good.
Yeah.
Just adjust your ratio of time in the water versus time out of the water.
Right. I do think it's definitely a Western American attitude. You know, you look at this cliff line over here on the left. You see at the top, somebody has put fence posts up there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Who's gonna come at you, buddy?
Yep. Mine.
Keep paddling.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean,
Paddle
that was
from going off the buffalo jump there.
right. Yeah. Okay. I'll buy that.
I did see. Oh, it's just right off to the 9 o'clock.
Okay.
You can see fence posts coming down the road towards the water.
Oh, yeah. Down the middle, kind of.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's funny, that juxtaposition in attitude between, like, this land is inexhaustible. There's so much that, you know,
Right.
there's no limit to how much we can graze or log or whatever. And then also, like, put up a fence, because, like, this 10,000 acres is mine.
Right.
Stay off of it.
Right. You cannot. How dare you do activities on my dirt?
Don't step foot on this
Yeah.
side of my fence line, you know, where I literally haven't been since I put up the fence.
Right.
I had someone, you know.
And the only reason I put up the fence is because I needed something to do because I was bored. Yeah.
Just the principle of mine.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Oh man.
It's mine, not yours, so I can tell you to stay off of it.
Right.
That's all the reason I need.
That's definitely a Western American attitude right there. I do like when you're paddling into these little capillary waves like this, because it does make it look like you're going way faster than you are.
Like what?
Because it makes you look like you're going way faster than you are.
Yeah. I like the sound.
Yes. Especially on those boards, like the surfable ones, you get the lapping sound.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of being out on the boat.
Yes.
I always say being out on my paddleboard, it's about 85% as enjoyable as being on my ski boat when I had one, you know?
Right.
I mean, I ain't knocking that last 15%.
Right. Yeah.
But, you know, so much of that experience is just being out with friends in the water and sun and swimming and relaxing and being out on the water and, you know.
Ending up with a 5 or 6 boat flotilla going down the river. Yeah.
Like almost the smallest percentage of it was actually skiing or wakeboarding or whatever, you know. I mean, I would loved all that too, for sure. But
Absolutely.
so much of your time is just kind of hanging, chilling, swimming, you know. Yeah, this winter I'm wanting to get over and hike around a little bit more around the Dry Falls area and some of those Moses Coulee and some of those areas.
All right.
And maybe kayak a bit. I want to kayak or paddle those kind of the lakes below Dry Falls there. I'm trying to remember the names of those. It's kind of a string of little lakes down there. But every time I drive by, I'm like, I need to be out there in some sort of watercraft paddling around.
Right.
Little island, rock islands in the middle and stuff. Just looks fun to explore.
Well, you made it pretty good with the smoke this year. Didn't get too bad until...
It's been about as good as it's been in the last 6 or 7 years.
Yeah,
like.
we haven't had a single day where the sun has been blotted out by smoke, so that's a big improvement.
Yeah.
Hope the trend continues.
Yeah.
Ooh, big fish just jumped up here. Now for the workout portion of our day. That's interesting what might have changed. You know, I was out on my boat on the Columbia down by Walla, just over the Oregon state line. Similar to this, you know, the cliffs and then the stony banks and the grasses. And there was a fire right on the bank. So I was right, you know, like on the shore, right by the shore here, as the fire was kind of slowly working its way up that slope. And what was really interesting, the wind was like this, it was blowing away. So I could sit right there real close and just watch it. And all the little rocks, you could hear them just tumbling down the slope because they're losing their anchors as the grasses are burning.
Yep.
And that was just like, you know, I mean, it makes perfect sense once you think about it, but I never realized. I was like, what is that noise? Then I'm sitting there looking.
And it makes you wonder, is the reason there's so much of that, like, breccia there because of fires?
Right. How much of the effect?
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of it gets cried off in the freeze thaw.
Right, yeah.
But, yeah. Yeah, how much does that move it on down slope, you know, every 10 years or whatever?
Right. And in true Eastern Washington style, you don't get any free lunches. You got to deal with some wind.
Oh, yeah. Well, it did help us out for a while.
It really did.
You know. That's one of the other things I like about paddling out here, though, is you have a lot of different options. You can go, you know, either up or down the Snake. You can come up to Palouse. You can stay in the swimming area right by the park, and you know where it's sheltered. So when I do have a windy forecast, a lot of times I'll bring my tours out here. And I've been out on, you know, when it's like 20 mile an hour wind, come in this direction, and really just kind of people just stay in the swimming area and paddle around and kind of get pushed into shore and then come back around and still have a great time. Which if you try to do a tour like this and then bring, you know, 6 or 8 beginners back up against a 20 mile an hour wind, you'd be in trouble, you know. So it can make a tour possible on days when it wouldn't be otherwise. You kind of choose your own adventure a little bit. That's where it helps to have spent some time out in the place. You kind of have a feel too for what it's likely to do on a given day.
Or it's like right now where you can see the little wind lines coming at you.
Mm-hmm. A little gust coming up.
Right. It's like aim for the silvery ones.
That's always interested me. Sprague Lake, maybe it's just the direction that you drive by, but it almost always has those, you know, those chant lines when
Right.
the wind is out there. And I've never noticed that in any other, I mean, you see it sometimes in different bodies of water,
Yeah.
but I feel like I always see it there.
At where?
Sprague Lake. That one's also on my list to paddle around though. That might be on this winter too, or fall.
Yeah, that one's.
I don't want to do it when it's real hot, I think.
Yeah, I think it's an 18-kilometer round trip.
Okay. Pretty good day then. Grab a fleece this winter and check it out.
That one would be good. Fish trap is a good one.
Oh, been up there?
It's a narrow little box canyon that's 40 feet deep of water. And I think it's a 10, 11 click round trip. I have to be careful sometimes. I end up watching like the point of my board too much. Like the way the water comes over, it looks fun.
I know, it's just kind of neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, I'm pointed the wrong direction.
Now, where am I going again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just kind of like to watch my paddle in the water too. You know, to
Right.
see the swirls. And
Yeah. It's one of the things I've been working on with the coach I've hired lately. It's technique
oh yeah.
and figuring out what is what instead of, you know, whatever I try to do.
Uh-huh.
There are some points where, you know, just like anything new or any change in, you know, operating procedure, it's just like, this is dumb, I don't want to do it. It hurts. Oh.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Is that big, guys?
Testing the depth.
Come back, there's a giant hog there.
Oh, you hit a little.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. I heard a big clunk.
Oh,
Jeez.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is nuts. Holy cow. Ha! Or is it concrete?
No.
Looks like it might be a concrete thing. I know I heard a big clunk. I thought maybe he just hit his paddle on it, but jeez. It looks like a big chunk, or it's a log.
It's a lot.
Big ass log. Man, I didn't know that could happen. I mean, I guess I could have. And it's just like, yeah, you can't see
No,
it.
you can't see it.
Jeez.
It blends right into the water.
It's weird. So watch for those.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that was
Good.
a really solid one.
It was.
Good lesson. I think you were just talking about technique too.
Yeah, and I was thinking, like, is this thing going to move out of my way? Am I going to hit it? I hit it, yep. I hit it.
So you saw there was something there, but wouldn't have guessed it was like
Right.
a giant log buried in the mud.
Well, I looked at it. It's like, maybe I can. No, I can't.
Yeah,
No, I can't.
best not to fight it too hard or you make it worse.
Right, and that's one thing I've had to learn with, like, all this stuff on the board.
Yeah, you
Just go off.
yeah, sacrifice yourself. Don't fight it.
Yeah, there are no trophies for saving it.
Well, in every sport, every active sport, whether it's skiing or mountain biking, or
Right.
paddling, if you maybe make that first attempt to save it, but if that fails, you're only going to make it worse probably if you
Yeah.
fight it harder. Like, unless you're a lot more athletic than me.
Right.
My worst crashes are the ones where I make the second and third attempt to save it. And then
Instead
it
of just putting your paddle down and, like, leaning on it, yeah. No, I can do it myself.
gets just way worse. Skiing, you know, if you would have just sat down, you'd have been good. But you're doing this 1 foot, other
Right.
up in the air, like, and then you end up doing a, you know, massive corkscrew cartwheel of
Right.
some sort.
Yeah, but that was the whole, you know, one of the other things of why do you put cameras on everything? Eventually I'm going to make people laugh by screwing up. Google thinks I have to be just like a goofy, uncoordinated guy.
Right. It's like I had a social media manager helped, film some stuff for me. And, I forget, I was cutting up or something, and she kind of laughed in the middle of the video, And then afterwards, she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And I was like, "No, that's perfect. That's what I want."
Right.
Like, especially my business. I'm not an accountant.
Right.
We're going out to just have fun and goof off and swim and fall. And, like, that's what I want to represent. Why would I show up in a pinstripe suit to promote my, paddleboarding business, Have you guys ever done paddleboard yoga?
No. I have a feeling that it'll be, pretty funny with me, though.
Well, it's fun either way. I mean, it's great. It's a workout. I've teamed up with some yoga instructors and done it,
Nice.
both at the lake and at the pool. And the first time I did yoga, I think, was on a paddleboard. Out here, actually, we did a class out here.
Nice.
And but you start out easy, sitting down, laying down, and things, and then it gets more challenging gradually, And so then, they're all really cool about like, okay, you can try this if you want, but you don't have to, But if you're feeling confident, go ahead and lift your foot up a little further or whatever. And that's about when people start falling, But it's super fun, It's like everybody's trying and falling and having fun and laughing. And
You certainly don't want to planning on staying on board.
No.
some people, you have to take that first fall. You're like, oh, okay, it's just swimming. It's fine. You're having a good time.
Because you always have in your mind that the water is so much colder than it actually
Like, I don't want to fall. You just have like, oh, I don't want to fall. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's fine. It's just swimming.
And it's not that you don't want to fall, it's you don't want the sudden stop at the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, falling off a paddleboard into a lake or a pool,
Right.
unless it's freezing cold, it's fun, that's all.
Yeah.
It's nothing to really be avoided, This is actually some of my favorite paddling conditions. Going into just a steady breeze.
Right.
You get a nice rhythm going, good workout, but you're still able to make good progress.
Yeah.
Straight into the sun, it's very shiny.
Yes.
I get kind of obsessed.
Like you're chasing a billion little diamonds.
Yeah. Maybe collecting them and powering up like in a video game.
Yes. Like you're Sonic after some rings.
Bing, 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 bing. I mean, it must be, because I'm always getting more energized by it.
Right. Hey, there's one.
Oh, yeah, a bird.
Hawk of some sort. Work, bro.
Yeah, this will be a pretty kick-ass full-time job if it ever becomes one. It
Yeah.
has potential to, so,
Well, I think especially in places like Walla, you have a much higher opportunity and likelihood of doing that than big city folk.
Yes and no. I mean, you don't have the volume in town to support as much, but we do have a tourist flow, and where I'm staying, small groups. I only do like 10 or 11 people max.
Right.
So I don't need that many. I don't need like 100,000 people to I need like a few dozens of people.
Right, like 20 a week, and you're happy.
Oh man, yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's more than that coming to town. So
Yeah. Yeah. I do wonder how the growth is gonna happen in Walla.
It's ups and downs. It's going down again right now.
Yeah.
There's been a lot less this year. Downtown and wineries and hotels and everybody are struggling. So
Yeah.
but that's just it's just part of the.
That is the small
The
town
thing is,
life, though.
When it goes up, everybody builds and expands
Yeah.
beyond the baseline.
Yeah.
Right? And so you have a few good years and you're rolling and you add on another whatever, and then you have another normal dip, and then it's like, who's going to be able to make it to the next, bridge across to the next level? That's partly why I still try to make all my stuff very local friendly and priced local friendly, because
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, you've got your adventure club. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So the idea is for every week, we actually do an outdoor adventure year round. So 3 times a month will be a short, like a 3-hour, kind of closer to town sort of thing, where
Yeah.
we get out and just do whatever's good that for the conditions that day. So, and depending on the season. So this time of year, obviously, we're paddling a lot.
Yeah.
Winter will be either winter hiking or snowshoeing.
Nice.
Maybe paddling, depending on the group,
Right.
on the day if it's nice. And then once a month, we'll do a longer, more of a full day tour.
Okay.
So yeah, and it's door to door, all inclusive. So all you got to do is have your hiking boots or swimsuit or
Right.
whatever you need
Backpack or
for
whatever.
the day,
Yeah.
and I'll show up at your door, and we go out and get an adventure in. So no excuse if you want to live an adventurous lifestyle and you're in Walla Walla.
Right.
I remove every obstacle to that.
That's cool. And only, what, 140 a month?
145 a month, yeah, and it includes all that. So
It's a steal.
set up to be a great value, and just and hopefully we have kind of a repeat people in the group that get to know each other, and also
Yeah.
kind of have that social time. And
Yeah. Well, it's like if you wanted to go do 3 runs on the Columbia and a downwind capacity at Hood River, it's 500 bucks.
right,
You know, that's
yeah,
it's
yeah.
it makes a lot of sense doing it, that way.
Well, and for me, like, this is my gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'd much rather be out on a hike or paddle or biking or something. Than,
Right.
Sitting on an exercise bike or a treadmill in the gym or in my
I've
basement.
avoided the gym since it got above 84.
What's that?
I've avoided the gym this summer since it got above 84.
Right. So not that you can't mix it in with the with the
Right.
gym or whatever, but like
Yeah.
I've always liked to get my workout outdoors. Kind of the idea
Right.
is, or how I came up with it, is basically like a outdoor gym.
Yeah.
Like, okay, how can you just be mobile and
Right.
still get out and do it?
The world is your gym,
Exactly, right? Yeah.
and its only cost is your taxes.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I've never really seen a model for it anywhere that I've looked, and there's people that do workouts in the park, kind of like a gym workout but outside,
Right.
Cool, but like, and then clubs, whatever, hiking clubs, or it's kind of a combo of some of those ideas, I guess.
A little like a ski bus or something, kind of like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Well, and that's the beauty of it too. Once we have a group, if you want to come up with other tours, we can certainly do ski club
Yeah.
type things, or camping tours, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like, if I got at least 4 people that want to go do something, we'll make it happen. That is the other one I'm working on, is multi-day camping adventures, kind of further afield. So like Yellowstone National Park,
Nice.
Death Valley, places like that.
Taking on water.
Seeing if you got a dent or a crack from that stump.
I just keep hearing, like, it seems like there's some...
Your leash is around the bottom of the board.
That's what it was.
It's
like last time
one
I
of
was-
my boards has some kind of a little crack or something in the bottom, and I was whenever I wouldn't hear it except when I stopped, and then I just hear kind of like almost a whine,
Oh,
and it's just kind of like breathing.
Yep. This is such a great place. And
Need to
then,
get on my
especially
path,
this time of year when everyone's back in school,
So nice, yeah,
this is your standard rush out here.
yeah. We saw one group of
Right.
4 kayakers. Yeah.
You saw a high traffic day. We're sorry for the boringness and sitting in traffic.
the water looks much clearer here.
Yeah, it is.
Well, yeah,
It's deeper.
we're not seeing the silkiness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a fish hatchery over here.
It is
Yeah,
on the other
just
side.
up.
Basically
around the
between the two
corner.
ridges.
You usually see some pelicans hanging around by that.
Right, oh, I bet.
We have some of those giant white pelicans up around us, and they are just ridiculously big.
Oh yeah.
Especially when you're used to just, the normal little freshwater birds.
I love watching them though.
Oh yeah.
They'll come out and just
That
glide
dive.
along the surface of the water, catching that air cushion. Like their wingtips will just be touching the water, and it's so cool.
They'll get in their little flights and kind of follow each other.
Yeah. We clocked them going like 40 in our ski boat.
Oh, I don't doubt it at all.
They really cover some ground. And they pull a lot of fish.
Pretty sure the brother got in trouble a few times for overdoing it on the ice.
Man, look at all the bubbles up here right in front of me.
Here's something.
Something's trying to get away from you. And keep moving on.
It's stalking me.
Was it just...
Oh, cormorants.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, hello.
I love cormorants.
They take off.
Yeah. I was kayaking one time and out on the Columbia, and one of them, hadn't even seen it dive, but it must have been swimming underwater, and it came out right off of the end of my paddle. And it just freaked,
Right.
and like tried to take off too quick, and it just like went on the surface for a while. That was...
A little bit shorter fin, it would have been just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll take it back and do this things.
We should give a shout out to Lyons Ferry Marina across the way there, and the Snake River Grill.
That's right. That's right. I didn't eat there because I, for some odd reason, just got in my car and drove,
Yeah.
forgetting that there was food there. But
They've done
yes,
a pretty nice job. They've got some pretty decent...
the KOA looks great over there.
Yeah.
It's a great little marina, great little setup. They've got all the boat slips you could ever possibly need.
Campground, KOA campground up there.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's your green stuff, babe.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it looks cool the way it's suspended in different layers.
Yeah. It's thick.
It's like somebody shredded Shrek. And pureed him.
Way to go, donkey.
Right?
This is a nice little...
Kind of breakwater recreation area.
Probably 80% of my tours, people just paddle around in here, swim,
That's
and then
nice.
you get out of
That's nice.
the jetty or whatever here.
Yeah.
Comes all the way back in to where the old ferry is. Did you go back and get a picture of the old ferry?
No!
Yeah, it's right back in the corner back here.
This isn't much... I guess I wasn't paying that much attention when we got in. How big it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's large.
And then there's a little bit of a bay just around the other side there.
Oh, okay.
Real shallow, or pretty shallow, but usually a lot of carp back in there because it's shallow and warm. And actually, right where all these geese are, coming quite a ways out, it's a shallow sandbar that comes out there. So a lot of boats will come and park right there, just kind of hang out and party.
Yeah, this is a nice little spot. I mean,
Yeah.
you really wouldn't have to leave this.
Yeah.
No.
And it's sheltered, like if it is windy, it's nice because you
Right.
can just kind of hang out in here and not get...
Right.
Right, you're not fighting too much to get back to shore.
You're not going to get blown too far away. You'll just get blown up against the bank and walk back to shore. You're good. They've been keeping up with it pretty nice here the last year or two.
Yeah.
Kind of made improvements again.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, it's like places like this. Like, yeah, the state's going to get draconian on water restrictions, but it's like, okay, I'm going to take 500 out of the river every day. It's
And
gonna
put 495 back.
Yeah.
It's just going to,
Yeah.
Right, it's just gonna flow back in.
We saw a Prius today with a like camper on it.
Oh, that's new.
It was like a fiberglass, really professionally like stitched together.
Yeah.
Yeah, like almost molded to fit.
There we go, big train coming over the bridge.
I had a real train aficionado out on a tour here earlier this year. They got really excited that they got to see their train go across that.
Well done today.
It's kind of neat. Yeah, they're super into it, you know. So it was like that was kind of fun to share their joy.
Burlington Northern and Canadian Pacific are all the same thing now.
Right. You might have been a retired train engineer, or
Right.
something like that.
Oh wow,
Kingfisher.
that's the actual ferry boat.
Yeah.
Oh my, that is an old-timey boat of some sort. Giant fish in here.
Not very far.
Huh. And the spiders own it now.
Yeah, just a few.
Yeah. They all look so offended when we come driving up. They're all keeping their distance pretty well. Well, that's how you're supposed to get off your paddleboard.
Voluntary mount.
Right, yeah, the voluntary method. Oh,
It's good to have some versatility.
right? Know how to leave when I'm wanted and not wanted.
Voluntary, involuntary.
Right.
You know, you got a wide array of.
Thank you.
Yeah, good time.
This was great.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the invite.
Website is?
Adventurefit.com. Adventure-fit.com.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Instagram is AdventureFitNW.